First of all, my name is Greta, and I'm from the Lithuanian Librarian Association. And Jolita told a lot of information about our association and the activities that we're having every year. Because of the event that it's upcoming next year, and we will meet young professionals in Lithuania, young and new professionals in Lithuania. So I'm not going to talk about the this young professionals part of our association. Just a short introduction that we started to work in 2014. From there were a lot of changes, and we had 60 members. Now we have 32, and it's up and down, so it's changing all the time. I also participated in IFLA in Greece with Helene. And before I was chose to be the person who's in charge of new professionals in Lithuania. So yeah, there was a huge impact in changing your view how libraries work and all over the world. So it was amazing to be there. And if I knew, I would have said hello and we would talk. But yeah, in that time, our attention was to the information that is flowing. Just a few years ago, we had a 5-day trip through the Baltic Seas. Yes, young professionals with a huge bus, and all the members were driving and visiting the libraries in Riga, Sigulda, Valmiera, Parnu, Tallinn, Tartu, Preili. So there was an amazing trip, but I will talk to this more next year, I hope. So I chose to show to you how we were living in the past year, and the activities that is in my presentation. It's not our association, but the members of our new and young professionals section in their libraries, and they're sharing with a lot of joy with us, and we're sharing to the whole Lithuanian community. So there's a really unique year has been, and there's a lot of to show, but it's just a few things that I would like to. So first thing that I want to show that Kaunas Municipal Vincas Kudirka Public Library, last month they opened a library in Green Buddha Tattoo Salon in Old Town in Kaunas, and first one like that in Lithuania and maybe in the world even. Because usually customers are spending a lot of time there, and hours, sometimes days, and they use smartphones to kill time and watch movies and bring their own books. So librarians decide to open a bookshelf in there, and you can take one home and you can bring it back and bring another book, and this sharing is caring type of thing here. And for the customers of this tattoo studio, there was made a bookmarks by tattoo artists, so they were very beautiful, and they can take it home with their book. According to the librarian who initiated that idea, she said that there's no bad place for the books or for reading them. They can just hope that this bookshelf will be a new adventure for the customers. And this library is always finding the way to go extra mile. And we know that this library is especially creative. And for example, they are opening a library in the beach every summer. So this is the place to look after. In Klaipėda, by the sea, there was created a podcast for the librarians. Librarian is looking for an answer In the first episode, it was named What Librarians Do All Day. And you know the book. I know everyone knows that book, that what people do every day. So this is kind of the same thing, that librarians are talking and introducing what they're doing every day. And half an hour of very interesting conversation, people who work in the library answering questions from the customers, what kind of work they do and what the real librarian do, because each department is full of people who are not librarians. And what is a librarian actually? Because in Lithuania there's no such thing anymore that it's study. You can study libraries and librarian. You can be a communication person. And if you know the librarian who is real librarian, so it's very unique chance to talk to him and ask what he does there. So yeah, it's a lot of things that they are talking about what actually libraries do every day, even under the quarantine and under the pressure that is just closed. We are still working every day. For example, second episode was how libraries are changing. And when quarantine struck, all libraries reorganized all the activities just in a few days, and showed everyone that library is just not a bookkeeping institution, and offered databases for researchers, educational programs online, even e-tours and consulting. Every activity was brought online. And for young librarians, this period of time just changed. Just a chance. We weren't afraid of doing like work from home, but it's a chance just to be creative. So it was really important to get people to realize that they can work from home, and it's just a possibility. Just another one of possibilities to do your work. And the last episode that I was listening just a few days ago was about library and librarians who are introducing themselves, and we can just listen about interesting people are coming to the studio to talk. And Jolita showed that we celebrated National Lithuanian Library Week. And during this week, there was a lot of participation activities, but we held I don't know if it was a competition, but that was sharing ideas about what library can look like in 2040. And a lot of people sent a lot of crazy ideas about what they see in libraries in 20 years, because the theme was how we change into 20 years from 2000, and this was like a competition for how we will be changed in the next 20 years. So, for example, yeah, people send the posters, videos, PowerPoint presentations, essays, and all kind of stuff. And in 2040, for example, there will be books in library. In the room, they are changing by the books. If you're reading Harry Potter, you're suddenly reading from the Hogwarts, or the Castle, or Hogwarts Express, or something else that you're reading the book from. There will be a department called Dreams, which you can find what books your grandparents read, or recipes of your mother's muffins. In Department of Future, you can find out what adventures are waiting for you tomorrow. In the poster that I'm showing to you, there's information. For example, kids author representing a book, Intergalactic Children. Author is from Andromeda Galaxy and living in Earth for the past year. Another information in the poster is telling us, sorry for any inconvenience. but library transporter is not going to the moon this week. Book transfers will be continuing from April 18th, and library transporter to the Mars are going by the schedule. Another one that libraries will be open 24/7. It's like next week's coming true, and books will be delivered by drones. Jokes aside, but there will be nothing impossible for the librarians. We proved that already. And in one presentation, the librarian said, will we change? Absolutely not. Even though there's no more rumors about librarians knitting behind the desk, we can be anything. Social workers for shoulders to cry on, teachers, writers, critics, educators, databases instructors. In 2040, we will be still working with people, and who will come to the talk to talk to us about their grandchildren. And we will change. Maybe we will smile more. So there's a lot of plans and beautiful ideas about how young professionals in our country is looking in the library as institution that can change this much. We had a prize for the winner. The board of Library Association voted for the best idea, and the winner got a ticket to her or his choice of conference in Europe. So I think it's quite impressive that we will know what came true in just 20 years. And a couple of future plans, of course, annual member meeting, and we hope that it can be in the spring and we can meet in person. Our dream is to organize young specialists camp in Lithuania. Maybe we can do that maybe international someday and invite Baltic countries. But first we will try to do just in our country. And next year you will be welcome to visit my library in Panevėžys, and we will visit a couple other libraries in this region. And I'm very excited that I'm responsible for organizing this event for all you guys, and I hope we will meet there. And this is just a few activities that we had in this year, and it's very different for you to look at, to be inspired, I hope.